Hey stars, how you doing? Alrighty guys, it's time for today's pick a card. This is what can I expect over the next 30 days? Alrighty guys, stay tuned. I will see you at the piles. Let me know. Alright, bye. Hey guys, for those of you who chose
Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
I do apologize about that. Let me turn that off. I was listening to music right before I started recording. Whew. So, anyways, those of you who chose this red crystal, I'm not sure if it's Jasper or not. Let's get into it. Let's see what is coming to you over the next 30 days after you watch this. So, as I record this, it's like the middle of September. So, we'll see like the end of September. We'll see. So you guys got the Empress for fertility in this deck. You guys got truth or balance in this deck, as well as the base chakra. And I do apologize for any background noise. So let's start with the Empress. This is fertility. This is planting seeds and waiting on them and being in the balance, which I find kind of interesting because you have the truth here talking about balance. So if there's something that you've planted the seeds for, or even this could, for some of you, might mean that this is a very fertile window for females. For males, watch your partner if you are in a heterosexual relationship. So anyways, moving on, because I'm not kind of trying to dwell on that, but I also feel like, because I'm like so drawn to just this green that's in her chest and like how she's allowing her heart to lead her is really what I'm getting through this. And also connecting with Earth, understanding that our connection with Earth is what allows us to be able to move forward. So definitely try and spend some time out in nature if at all possible. With the truth, over the next 30 days, definitely think about the decisions that you're making. Definitely make sure that they're within the balance, that you know all the details to what it is that's coming up. Don't rush into anything. Understand that there's a balance between everything. Like we were saying here, there's a balance between everything. And allowing yourself to really just spend a few moments weighing things out. I love how like he's staring into the cosmos. So it might be a time, I don't know why, but like for a select few of you, you might need to run your chart. There might be something that like is super important by you running your chart. I know I'm like a chart fanatic, but there's a reason for it because your chart explains who you are. So anyways, you guys need to balance things out, and I love how he like has this satchel and there's like these purple things underneath, purple being his intuition. Like he's making these decisions based off his intuition. He's not just, oh well, that looks good, so I'm gonna go for it, when there's that voice in the back of his head like, what are you doing, why are you doing this? And we're not talking ego, because ego is different than intuition. Ego will do things to stop you when they know that like it's gonna hurt. It's more of like ego's thing, or ego tries to stop you from like jumping off the edge sometimes. Ego really wants you to stay at the place where you are. Doesn't want you to venture too far away from where you are, where intuition, sometimes it's like, that sounds crazy. You're the only one who hears it, but you're like, that sounds crazy. And you end up doing it anyways, and it completely works out when, like, there's no sense to it working out. So I love how he's like carrying intuition and he's like trying to get to the cosmos if you really look at it. But like he has to make sure he's balanced and everything he's doing is balanced, because if not, then the scales are going to tip. So make sure you're not tipping your scales. Definitely with this base chakra. This base chakra, there's a couple of things. Number one, going back to fertility, and as I said, like Mother Nature and getting in touch with Mother Nature here, I feel like could be really key for you. Also with this balance, with the Truth card and having balance, your base chakra is your belonging. That's your sense of being here. That's your sense of like, I am here, I am okay. This is fear, finances, things along those natures. So I feel like Spirit's kind of telling you, like, kind of relax and let go. Don't be too caught up in base chakra energy. Definitely take and spend some time rooting yourself and allowing the earth to take that excess energy away from you so that you're able to truly be balanced and feel balanced. Because if not, like, this is like, oh my god, how am I gonna make it? Oh my god, how is this gonna happen? Where, like, if you spend too much time in that energy, then you're not able to look at the solutions because you're looking at the problems. I feel like that might be what Spirit's trying to get to you, like, weigh out your decisions. Don't make a decision based off of fear. Don't, oh my gosh, don't have a panicked type of energy. Just make sure that the decisions that you're making, that you're weighing them out truly. And make sure that they're coming from a very rooted area. So spend some time meditating along your journey over the next month, because I feel like that's really what Spirit really wants you to do over the next 30 days. Alright, moving on, we have the Adian Cross and we have the Shaman Mystic. So both of these, this one right here is basically, it's like, hey, how you doing? I know life is a little crazy right now, but you're not supposed to make sense of whatever is going on. So like over the next 30 days, I feel like, and that's probably why Spirit's like, hey, I need you to spend some time meditating. I need you to truly weigh yourself out, because I'm basically just about to take you on a journey, and all I need you to do is say yes and be able to go down this journey. And like, just do it, because that's really what Spirit wants you to do. Like, when this card comes out, it is literally Spirit saying like, hey, things are a little crazy right now, but I just want you to ride out the wave, because that's what Spirit does. Isn't it amazing? Gotta love it. Okay, and then we also have the Shaman Mystic. So when the Shaman Mystic comes out, it's basically like your storyteller, and it asks you, really, what's the story that you're telling yourself? But then it's also like, hey, don't worry about explaining the story to anybody else. So say with like this Truth card, and this may be so for one of my lovely stars out there watching. So what you may find happening is, or this is just an example, but say with these three together, all of a sudden you have this choice. Spirit brings you this choice, like, hey, I need you to quit your job and go do this thing that I told you to do, that you've all of a sudden been interested in, and I'm gonna need you to just quit and go do that. And you're gonna be like, what? And then Spirit is gonna be like, yeah, I just need you to say yeah. And then, but that's where, like, your family is like, what the fuck are you doing? Excuse my French. They're like, what the fuck are you doing? And you're just like, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm allowing the universe to carry me, and here I am. my life. So anyways, this is like basically saying like don't allow spirit or don't allow people to like judge you on this journey. Like do your thing, boo boo. Like don't trip, potato chip. Like that's why you got the card that's like just say yes. Don't worry about what other people are gonna say. Don't worry about their stories. This is your story. So spiritually just understand like spirit's carrying you on a beautiful journey, and as you can see, like if you look, it's like there is this like spiritual journey, this movement of spirit that's really gonna happen over these next 30 days, and that's why spirit's like, hey, just do it. I just need you to do it. I need you to follow along. And with this base chakra, it's really telling me like don't worry about like fearing it. Don't fear it. Just go for it. Don't worry about how this is gonna happen. Alright, so for love, we got some interesting energy. So first we have the Nine of Wands, or the Nine of Wings. So this would be your Nine of Swords. This is the Five of Cups, disappointment in reverse. We have frustration in reverse. So I feel like spirit, when it comes to your love life, is like, hey, with all of this that's going on, I don't need you to worry about your love life. I don't need you to worry about what's going on here. I need you to really just like don't focus on that. Just focus on your steps moving forward, because you don't want, with the Seven of Gems, Seven of Pentacles, you don't want this hard work that you've put into this relationship, or this hard work that you're putting into all this other stuff, to really like to actually cause you frustration. I feel like right now, especially as I record this, Mercury, or not Mercury, bless, Mars is in retrograde, and it's causing a lot of tension. So like just know that the frustration that you feel is not, it's not as bad as you seem. So don't make it bigger than what it needs to be. Like you need to move away from this frustration. You may even need to move away from the relationship, is what I just got. Bless. And move away from this disappointment, you know. Understand that not all the time is our relationships going to go the way that it is that we want them to go. So like I said, don't be stressing, don't be tripping when it comes to this relationship, because there's something bigger and better out there for you. Don't stress. Like seriously, don't even trip, potato chip, because you're gonna be amazing. Everything will work itself out, trust that. Alright, so for your final advice, we have meditation, we have family, which actually goes back to your base chakra energy. So going back to the shaman card, and with the family, don't worry about what your family has to say about what it is that you do. You know, this could also be you just needing to work on your family unit. I also get that your soul tribe, like members of your soul tribe, are going to really be around you. They're really going to help you. So definitely keep it pushing. And like stick together. You can see they're all like looking towards something. So maybe it is that you and your family are like working on a goal, and it's just like with all this frustration and stuff, like you guys just want to get there, and you're really in like this base chakra energy, like the world around us is crazy, and are we even gonna get there? Like, is this possible? Like, that's where like spirit's saying like, yes, it's possible. Just make sure you weigh out your options. And definitely spend time rooting, balancing. Like you have basically, as far as I'm taking it, the base chakra 3 times, but with this you're also being encouraged to keep your heart open, because the heart is the middle ground, and if you really want to manifest anything, you need to make sure that your heart's open, because if not, then you can't connect to spirit, because that's our largest electromagnetic field. You know, that's how, if you get a personal reading for me, that's a lot of the times I'm able to just pick up on the energy and what it is that you're feeling. When, like, I do that, definitely let me know if, like, any of this, how any of this resonates with you. But, so definitely, and oh, yeah, no, there's a huge emphasis on your heart here and making sure you are open, you are balanced. So spend time meditating. This is also your crown chakra. Your crown, from what I've like basically come to know, is your crown's like that balance, that thing that like helps you connect everything. You know, and that's why it's so important for a base, like us to be rooted, us to be balanced. Meditation is huge when it comes to this. Remember when I said with this intuition card, or sorry, this truth card, about that intuition, right? The best way to bring up your intuition is by meditating. And she's even rooted, like if you look in her hair, she is so rooted, she's so balanced, because she is fertility. So basically, I feel like Spirit's putting a real emphasis, especially with all this green that popped out throughout the cards too. Because like basically there's green in almost every card. Spirit wants you to really open up your heart. Open your heart. Allow things to flow. Definitely this may be a great time to look into some shadow work. I'm probably gonna make a video here and like just my tips and tricks on shadow work and the stuff that I've used, how it's helped me. But yeah, I would definitely work on that. If you can do fire meditation, basically fire meditation for me is I light a candle, I stare at it, and I meditate. Like I might close my eyes like after staring at it for a little bit, but like just with the intent that like I also allow the fire to take away, oh, bless me, to take away anything that isn't alignment with my higher good, because my tongue just got so tied there. So what isn't in alignment with my highest good, that way I'm able to just like burn off anything. Smudging might be a good thing, like definitely taking and set the mood when you meditate if you're inside. Bring out your favorite crystals. I love to keep mine on me when I meditate. But that's a huge emphasis. Like Spirit really wants you to meditate here, because 3 and 2 is 5. 5 is change, like the change that it is that you've been seeking is right here. But that's you have got to make sure you are rooted and you are grounded, because if you are not grounded, then it has no place to go. You're not anchored. You know, basically think of a ship out in the middle of the ocean and like with no way to anchor itself down, with no way to stop itself from moving. So, and that's basically what Spirit's saying, like, hey, chill. And take and meditate. Alrighty, guys. Definitely let me know how this resonates. Let me know 30 days from now, how did this go? How was my prediction video? Like, let me know. Alrighty, have a great day, guys. Hey guys, for those of you who chose group number 2, this beautiful, I'm not sure if this is Aventurine or if this is Jade. I'm not sure. I'm just being honest. Okay, let's get into it. So first off, we have the 4 of Cups. We have the 7 of Pentacles. And we have the 7 of Wands. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the 7 of Wands. Either way, we have stand your ground. I should have just named off like what they were, huh? Okay, so sorry about that, y'all. We have stand your ground. So that tells me that over the next 30 days, you may be dealing with some ups and downs. Spirit's really telling you to just stick it out. Just do it. It's one of those victories that's it may not be the easiest, and it's one that may be trying, and this is a spiritual test. And that's really what happens is spirit just wants you to stand your ground. And whatever it is that's going on in your life as you watch this or over the next 30 days, don't back down. Is what spirit's saying. Like, no matter what comes against you, like, he's literally going against the sun. But you know what? It might not be the easiest, but he's gonna win it. Because he's not gonna give up. He's gonna continue to fight, continue to push it, keeping it going, and he's gonna trust his intuition. He's gonna trust his balance. And with this, patience and planning, I think it's kind of interesting, right? So you basically have him like fighting the sun, but then you have like the rays of the sun coming through these two beams, talking about like when I see this, I think of like portals or elevation, like walking into something new. So patience and planning. This is basically like, this is spirit saying over the next 30 days, I want you to reevaluate everything. I want you to reevaluate your relationships, the way you spend your money, the way you spend your time, and know that the things that you've been working towards are totally there. They're totally coming. And I do apologize for any noise in the background. However, this is basically spirit saying like, hey, you got this. Like, don't trip, potato chip, like, take and plan it out. What is it, like, if it's a business, first, let's start out, like, how are you going to start it? What is it going to look like? How many employees are you going to have? What is it that you plan on charging? What is your service? Go through and like get the details. Start out at the beginning and work your way all the way through. At least as far as you can get, as far as you like, where is it that you see it in 6 months, a year from now? And don't get like too overworked by it, but just know that it's totally coming. It might not be as easy as you want for it to get there. And this may, even in a relationship, like, think about it, reevaluate this relationship. Are you even happy in this relationship? Are, are, is this really where you want to put your energy? Because remember, what you put out is what comes back to you. Remember, okay? So, and then you have, this would be the Four of Cups. It's discontentment and boredom. So, this tells me that there's definitely, so, this normally, the way I see it in like my normal deck, it would be stagnation, right? And that's really where I'm going to take this. So, and one of the best things when like your world is just stagnant to do is take and open up your windows, and if you have sage, some Palo Santo, whatever, I'm huge on like frankincense. I actually make this, it's called Pause Vibes, and I make this, Carpet Fresh, and it has like all kinds of herbs and stuff in it, but frankincense is huge. Take and just make up some water, throw some frankincense in it, and what I do is I'll just walk through the house, like after I've cleaned, opened up the windows, I'll just walk through the house and sprinkle some through. If I can't sage, if I can't use some Palo Santo, if whatever. I also like to occasionally light candles and like honestly just ask the candle to just draw in any like energy and give it back to the universe, anything that's negative. So there's that. Definitely take and, I feel like if this is a relationship, really, if you are in a relationship and you're just like, what the heck is going on right now? Because we'll get into your love cards in just a second. But with this, like, this is spirit basically being like, hey, so you can keep it pushing. We'll get into that in just a second. Let's get into your love cards. So we have joy. We have love in the reverse position. And we have consummation. Ooh, wait. Okay. So let's get into this. With this love in the reverse position, this Ace of Cups, this, honestly, I feel like this person, if you're like dating someone, or even like if you're going to meet someone over the next couple of days or next 30 days, this may not be a full start. This, I feel like with this, honestly, excuse me, this may, like, if you're dating somebody and you guys have been dating for a while, that, like, you guys have been going through some ups and downs, this may have been a false start. Basically, things like, you guys started just a little too early, and the universe had to bring you guys back. But with this consummation and this joy, because the Six of Cups, like, this could be someone from your past, like, this is an energy of, like, basically, like, someone who really brings you, like, really good energy. So this is, like, really good energy. This is, you guys are going to be happy over the next 30 days when it comes to love. And if you guys are feeling a little bored, a little discontent, and, things aren't necessarily going the way they should, like, totally try your best to hold out. Do what you can to hold out, because this is a good relationship, especially with when it comes to these two sevens. These sevens actually, like, two sevens actually mean true love. So that tells me that your relationship, like, this may, like I said, it may have been off to a false start. And, maybe it is that you've been waiting to take things to the next level. With consummation, this really honestly could mean that you guys are ready to move things to the next level over the next 30 days. Maybe some brown chicken, brown cow. Hey. Maybe you guys are moving into a new home. Maybe you guys are just, like, finally having a conversation that's been really needed to have, that just solidifies how it is that you guys feel and allow the love to really be open, because I feel like one of you may not be actually open to love. One is, like, maybe, like, more like fire energy, I love you, blah blah blah, and the other one's like, I'm here for now, or maybe that's the energy they were in, and maybe that's why, like, we're moving out of it into this brown chicken, brown cow, brown cow, brown cow. But you guys are definitely about to move to the next level when it comes to your relationship. Definitely let me know how it goes. Hey. Okay. So, and then spiritually, we have the serpent. So when the serpent comes out, he's basically saying, like, hey, it's time to shut off the old skin and the way that things used to be and the way that it is that you used to see things. Those things no longer serve you. And just understand that, like, when a snake sheds its skin, when a serpent, like, goes through that shedding process, it is one of the most vulnerable times. It's like when you take and you cut yourself, right? And, like, the skin's healed underneath a little bit, but, like, if you touch it, it's still tender. And understand, like, so this is spiritually you are going to be very tender over the next 30 days. And that's okay. That's definitely okay, but that's part of the reason why, like, being open to love and standing your ground will definitely come in. Like, stand your ground, spend some time planning, and you might feel, like I said, you might end up feeling a little bored, a little discouraged, but if you notice that energy is starting to set in, take and open up your windows, take and go for a walk, get yourself out of that energy. Get it moving, get it flowing, if it's no more than listening to some, like, I've been listening to the coolest shamanic music. It's like trap shamanic music. Who would have ever thought? I love it. Okay. I will actually link the channel down in the description box. It is amazing. Definitely go check it out. I love it. I actually meditate to it a lot. Oh, I just saw something kind of interesting. We'll get into that in just a second, but I just saw something kind of interesting. So anyways, you have this, it's a very tender time. And I feel like Spirit really wants you to open up your heart, especially if you're dealing with a relationship. Make sure your heart's open, especially if you've been trying to move things to the next level. So continue on doing whatever it is that you're doing. And like, if this is, when it comes to a relationship, if this is like, it has been rocky, like, be open to things. Don't just think, oh, well, things didn't work out this time or last time and blah, blah. Stop digging up things from the past. I don't know why I just got that, but stop digging up things from the past. Be open to love, and this is going to be something way more unexpected than what you would think. This person's going to be just amazing, just absolutely amazing, so generous with their love, with their support, with everything that it is that they want to give you. You just have to be open to receiving it. And if you've been trying something new, definitely keep at it, boo. So your advice. You got psychic development and peace. So interesting, because for me, these three play out so crazily. Okay, so let me talk about these two. So if you look, like, this person's in the bubble, right? This person's like fighting the bubble. Like, part of the reason that it is that you have to, it's so important for you to stand your ground and use your intuition. If your intuition tells you to do something over the next 30 days, do it. If your intuition tells you, like, hey, stand your ground, stick to it. And the reason why, like, spiritually you're going through so much and, like, you're being made to stand your ground actually has to do with the development of your intuition, the development of your I get, like, clairvoyance, being able to see, with this, like, crystal ball type energy. So maybe it is like you have the gift of prophecy, and, like, all of a sudden things are going to be open up to you. So, and you're gonna be a little tender. Things are gonna be like, ugh, why does that happen? Or, like, you're just able to see things in a different way, which is totally beautiful. Your third eye chakra is definitely being opened here, and that's why, part of the reason why you're being asked to, like, shed this old way of thinking, this old way of being more open to love, so you can be more open to your gifts and the possibilities and all that other fun stuff. And then, last but not least, you got peace. And what I love about this peace card is not only is it, like, super beautiful, and it's like being at one with your crown chakra and, being at one with all your chakras. I know you guys might not see that. You're like, lady, it's just a flower. But, like, just truly being in alignment, because your crown really, it's honestly, to me, one of the most important chakras. But what I love about this is that it's a 4, and 4s are stability. So it means, to me, that means that no matter what it is that you go through, no matter what it is, as long as you stand your ground and you take this time and plan things out. One of the things that I've been doing myself is scripting, and now might be a good time to script out the things that you want to, and stick to those things. Don't allow anybody else, because this is going to bring you into a new cycle. 4 and 6 is 10, which is 1. 1 is new beginnings. There's a new beginning that's coming to you through all of this, but you gotta keep it pushing. You gotta keep at it. Definitely spend time, and don't be afraid when this hits. And you're just like, okay, my intuition's completely on point, but I feel like Spirit's gonna give you signs that you're on the right path, that you're right for standing your ground, and that's truly gonna be key. And I feel like a lot of this is, you need to learn how to love yourself. It's not just about being open and being honest with other people, and I would get yourself a piece of malachite or a piece of aventurine. You chose jade, something green, something to open up your heart chakra. Because when it comes to your chakras, it's that, and your third eye, maybe even getting yourself a piece of amethyst. Amethyst, that's my favorite crystal, honestly. Out of all my crystals, I try to always have my amethyst on me. So, but definitely make sure that you're standing your ground, because you standing your ground, you're going to be able to push through the bubble. See? Okay, guys. Well, definitely let me know how this resonates. Feel free, come back, let me know, because, yeah, I would love to see how everything plays out over the next 30 days for you guys. Alrighty, guys, have a great day. Alrighty, guys, those of you who chose this Botswana agate from group number 3, I just dropped that and scared myself. Okay, so to start off, y'all got the solar plexus. Y'all got disruption, the hangman. You also got light. Okay, so where do we start? First off, I will say with all 3 of these, looking the way they look, what you need to do is get yourself out in the sun. Go get some sun. Please and thank you. Okay? Spirit's really asking you with all 3 of these. A lot of yellow. Oh. Excuse me. Also use your wisdom. So let's start with this one. I'm going to start here. So you have disruption. So that tells me over the next 30 days that things may not necessarily go as planned. You also may find yourself in a stalemate. You also may find yourself this guy's kind of shackled. You might be seeing the world in a distorted point of view. And Spirit's letting you know, hey, your point of view is slightly distorted. How can we fix it? So this is basically Spirit being hey, let's get it together. Let's get it. Chicken noodle soup. Y'all remember that? I'm dating myself, aren't I? Okay, anyways. So, yeah, guys. Definitely, he's upset. Don't be upset about anything that's... So, this is one thing that, I find so important about the hangman, is that while you're in this hanged position, whatever, hanged sounds weird, to me, but while you're basically, in a stalemate, this is Spirit being hey, you're okay. I'm actually talking to you and trying to take you to the next level. But I had to sit your behind down because you didn't want to listen. So, and sometimes when that happens and we're not necessarily allowing it to flow the way we should, what ends up happening is we end up we fight spirit, and when we fight spirit, the view of our world gets even more distorted. The way we see things gets even more distorted because we're fighting. Now is a moment to ask, why is this happening for me, not why is this happening to me. So you might have some challenges that are going to come up over the next 30 days, and this is spirit just letting you know, like, hey, like, I'm talking to you. So just know any challenges is spirit actually trying to teach you a lesson. Any stalemates, anything that like doesn't happen the way that you think it should happen is spirit telling you, like, you're good. Like, I'm trying to talk to you. You wouldn't listen. So now we gotta do it my way. Nobody ever likes it when spirit does that, because spirit will put you on your booty hole. Like, snatch you back, okay? And trust, I've been snatched quite a few times in my life where I thought my life was perfect. And then spirit was like, yeah, funny. So, drink some water, stay hydrated. I'm dropping things, y'all. So, and then we have night. Or light. So this would basically be... Hold on. The sun. Sorry about that, guys, because I was like, I'm so confused. This would basically be the sun. So this is basically spirit letting you know that whatever it is that you're going through, that you're going to be completely victorious and courageous. But that also, remember when I was like, oh yeah, get out in the sun. Go get out in the sun, because the spirit telling you again, get out in the sun. So definitely, because when you get out in the sun, it helps to actually activate and strengthen your solar plexus chakra. That way you are actually able to, like, that's where your personal power comes in. That's where, like, you realize you're a star, is by activating that solar plexus. So definitely get that activated, guys. Go. Like, you look at her and she's just, like, accepting all this sunlight, all this beautiful radiation, this, like, everything that's coming to her. She's accepting it. And if you notice, like, that's around him, if he were to take the time and, like, to work on the distortion and put himself together, then he would be surrounded by the exact same light that it is that she's bringing in. So at the beginning of the month, you may, or when you're watching this, you may feel like this, right? But, like, spirit's like, once you stop fighting me and you start actually listening to the song, then you'll end up, like, by actually letting it in, then you'll be able to move forward, is basically what spirit's saying, which I think is so beautiful and amazing and awesome. I fell off a bus when I was a kid. It's not true, but it's a good cover story for why I'm like this. It's always not one group, and it always seems to be group number 3. I'm sorry. Solar plexus. Get some sunlight. Get that personal power. Go get yourself some bananas. Go get yourself some lemons. Go eat some squash. Go just do things that are good for you. Definitely get out in the sun, because it's one of the quickest ways. Sun gazing. If you have brown eyes. Everybody else, put on some sunglasses. Don't ruin those beautiful eyeballs. But you want to do that when the sun's, like, not beating down on you and beating your face into the ground. You want to do that as the sun's just waking up and hasn't came to a full roar. Alright, So, as far as love is concerned, ooh. So, we have, for your love cards, the Star in reverse. We have the Leader. And we have the Challenger. So, when it comes to some of these challenges, it may have to deal with your love life. I'm going to tell you, honestly, when it comes down to it, I feel like for you guys, like, when it comes to love, you may be, like, out and about, and you end up, like, say you're a lady, and you're like, ooh. Because I think, like, honestly, he's, like, coming towards her, and she's like, what you doing over there, though? What you doing? She got her eye on him. She got her eye on him. And he's quick and charming, and but he's like kind of ruthless. Like, I get real bad boy vibes from this card. Like, he is just like, I'ma do what I'ma do, and there's nothing you can do about it. And she's just like, wanna bet? And I'm doing the most. She's just like, you wanna bet? So anyways, and then they meet, right? But the thing about both of these energies is I feel like neither one of them really is looking for a long-term energy. So if you find that you're having problems in your relationship, that might be spirit telling you, like, hey, this is not the shizzle. This is taking you away from the light. This is taking you away from the light, from the victory it is that I'm trying to bring you in, but you're just so stuck on this that you can't see that I'm trying to give you hope. I'm trying to give you a way out, but your little ass, you wake up. So anyways, definitely, because she's like, and this could be like basically someone's a little too social, and like over here it could be like he's destructive. He really, this is basically like, you know, those kids who like get mad. You ever seen that, like, you ever seen that video where the dad brings home a brand new TV and the kid walks in with a hammer and he's like, no, smack, no, and the kids are like, Johnny, no, don't hit the brand new, it's brand new. It could not have been in my house, because somebody would have ended up dead. I broke one TV. I almost ended up dead. But they didn't have a place to bury the body without witnesses. Praise the Lord. Anyways, I'm just joking. I mean, I really did kill a TV, but my mom didn't almost kill me over it. Not like that. She probably thought about it like 10 different ways, though. So anyways, but like, he's really carefree, and he doesn't really care about responsibility. He doesn't really care about, like, he's just about destruction. He just wants to cut shit down. Excuse me, French. I mean, but she kind of like digs the bad boy energy. I can't lie, but it's this, if this is a connection, I'm sorry, y'all. I just don't see this in the long term. So if you guys are fighting, if you're in a relationship and you're fighting, moving on to your spirituality for the next 30 days after watching this. So spiritually, I feel like you guys this is Taming the Wind in the medicine position. So with Taming the Wind in the medicine position, this right here tells me, honestly, that you guys are, this may be a time where you guys have been through a lot of conflict. And even with, like, this relationship, you guys may have been going through a lot of conflict. And Spirit's like, that's okay. That's fine. I'm just dropping stuff all over the place. Like, since I started this pile, I have dropped cards and all kinds of stuff. So I feel like Spirit might be asking y'all to drop something like a hot potato. But anyways, so, but with this, like, Spirit really wants you to clear up any, like, energy. So if you are in a relationship and you decide to end it, make sure you get full closure. Make sure you learn what it is that you were meant to learn. One of the things that I asked my ex when we broke up, honestly, was, hey, where did I go wrong in this relationship so I don't have to repeat this lesson? You know, and I really tried my best to take as much from it as possible. But taming the wind basically is telling you, like, hey, clear up any, like, bad energy. Clear it up. And right now, like, when you go to, like, listen to this person, or, like, if somebody comes to you and, like, you know that you and this person haven't necessarily seen eye to eye, you guys have been, like, y'all fought a lot, or whatever the case is, like, actually listen to what the other person's saying. Don't be so reactive. Don't just jump into it like, you said, what about my mama? Nobody said anything about your mama. I said that there was a llama. Like, lady, calm down. Actually listen. Listen, Linda. Listen. Okay. So, this is really Spirit, and, like, 55 in reverse. Fives are about change. So don't stop the change that's trying to happen. Don't stop this light, this glory that's trying to come in. Don't stop it by not being able to open yourself up spiritually and open up your ears. Because sometimes the best lessons are the ones that we don't want to learn. You know, the ones that are hard to learn. Stop being hard-headed. Don't be this kid because he's hard-headed. So, Mama always said hard head makes us soft behind. You know, and don't be so quick to, like, jump into anything. So if this is a relationship and it's just starting, like, just be mindful. Like, is this something I really want to get into? Am I just looking for some hanky-panky and a little bit of banky? Or am I actually looking for a long-term relationship? Because this person's track record may not be where it is that you want for a relationship. So just make sure that as things are coming to an end, because I feel like with you guys, especially with the light, 1 and 9 is 10, 10 is 1, 1 is a new beginning. So when it comes down to it, before these new beginnings can start, that's why this taming the wind, is Spirit's trying to get you to be like, hey, that's probably why you're in the hangman position at some point, is because Spirit wants you to listen. Wants you to listen to those who are around you, and wants you to get some closure on things that have gone wrong. Say you've had problems with your parents. Okay, well, you know what? It's time to call your parents and be like, hey, I have this problem. How do we fix it? Okay, we can't fix it. Bless. But you know what? I'm not going to allow this to continue to hurt me. You know, or, like, maybe it's an ex and, like, you guys had one fight and that one fight, like, ruined your whole relationship. It's time to just go back and be like, hey, I know I did something or I hurt you in some way, shape, or form, and I just want to apologize. I want to tell you what it is that I was feeling in that moment, and that way that we're both able to move past it, because I don't want to be a hindrance and I want to truly apologize. So let's get into your final advice. So your final advice, and what I love about this is you guys got 33 and you guys got 34. Like, how awesome. Like, to me, that really says that you guys are ascending to new levels. 33s are angels and masters, which definitely tells me that, like, your angels and your masters are around you and they're working for you. So whatever it is that, like, you have been hoping for, that you've been working towards, that, like, you know, you're trying to receive from the universe. It's coming, and just know, like, they're working on it. But they need you to have faith. This is where, like, you really need to work on truly aligning yourself and not don't allow this stagnant energy to get to you. Go open up the windows. Open up the windows. Go outside. Go get some sunlight, okay? So with this is definitely telling you, like, it's time to truly engage everything, making sure that everything's open. That way you're able to, like, spread your wings and fly, because you're being guided. So whatever it is that you're going through this month, just know that, like, this is divine. This is ordained divinely. This is something that is way beyond you, way beyond anybody that you've ever met and you've ever known. This is huge. So just know that this is huge, and you got it. That your angels and your masters are right there with you, like, helping you to push through. And sometimes it can be hard when when you are, like, this fiery person, because the Queen of Wands, she is very fiery. So if you are the Queen of Wands in this situation, sometimes it's hard for fire to just hold back, hold its tongue for a little bit. But that's kind of what Spirit's asking you to do. And just know, like, this is divine. You have, you were led here for a reason. You were meant to watch us for a reason. Alrighty, guys. I definitely want to know how this resonates. Alrighty, guys. Have a great day. Definitely let me know how this resonates. Come back 30 days. Let me know. Hey.